Hi everybody, hope you're all doing well and hanging in there, finding new things to do, a bit of creativity, some fitness, reading. Remember, all this time you can catch up on all those wonderful things that you've been meaning to do for a long time. So today I'm going to have a talk with you about asthma, and this really came about because I was asked at the beginning of last week, would I do an exercise video for people with asthma? And at the time I said, yeah, of course, no problem, I'll do that. And then I started to think about it and thinking about all the years that I've been a tennis coach and a personal trainer, and remembering a lot of the people that I worked with, children and adults who had asthma. And obviously some people would take it more easy than others. What I find is, like, we always do consultations at the gym, and a lot of people have asthma. And a lot of people know exactly what they're capable of doing, and they're comfortable with when they need to use their inhaler. So one of the things that we always say to people is, please keep your inhaler with you at all times. And that generally does happen. Some people with very mild asthma manage to do without, but I would prefer that an inhaler is always brought into the gym. If you've got it on you, which is great. So when I thought about that, I thought, so many people I've worked with asthma in all different levels of asthma are exercising, sometimes a bit slowly, other times they're really going for it. So we have people in some of the really high intensity classes that we do that do have asthma, and they're working, you know, really hard. So I thought I'd rather do a talk on this than just say, you know what, if you have asthma, these are the exercises that you do, because that wouldn't be fair to come at you with an exercise video just for people with asthma. So what I wanted to do, with the help of asthma.org.uk, which I found as a really good reference, and if you've not been on there, if you have asthma or you're working with people with asthma and you've not been on there, it's an absolutely brilliant reference. So the thing that, I mean, the most important thing is your pump. And secondly, it's about confidence and fear. So, you know, obviously exercise gets you out of breath. And when you are struggling to breathe, for people with asthma, that can feel like you're about to have an asthma attack. And this is the same for panic attacks, which is actually a talk I'm going to do at some point as well for everybody, that there is a very big fear. If you suffer from panic attacks, when you start doing exercise, getting breathless. However, what's really important is how good exercise is and can be for asthma. And on the asthma.org.uk, they have some really good stuff saying, you know, what's really good for you. So obviously lung strength, really important. So exercise does build up your lung strength. It also helps your immune system, which will fight off colds and viruses. Severe asthma, just to point this out quite early on, they do have a tab to press that you can go and look at that. But, and also they have people with asthma talking on there. There's little snippets where they say, you know, I started doing exercise and how beneficial it's been. I never thought I'd be able to run, and now I'm doing, you know, this, that and the other with running. So, you know, running sort of longer distances and things like that. So getting started, first and foremost, take your preventive medicine as prescribed. So that's really important, and always keep your pump with you. The next thing obviously would be facing your asthma anxieties. So what I would say with this is what's really good is if you can, and I know things are very different right now. Some of us might be at home on our own, and if we're just starting off with exercise, if you're not at home on your own, you could start exercising with somebody in your household. And if you do have an asthma action plan, they can have that on them. And if you were to, you know, start having the signs of having an asthma attack, then they would know what to do. So going back to why I don't want to do an exercise video with light exercises just based for asthma, is that anything that we have been putting out so far, you can do. But what I would say is that you do it much more slowly. So when we're doing the exercise videos, if there is an alternative, we show that alternative. Now, if you're watching us and we're going super, super quick, you just need to slow that down, okay? And that's the best advice I can give you, is that you don't need to be looking at that video thinking, oh, I can't do that, so I can't do it, and I'm not going to do that video, because you can do it. You just slow it down. So for jumping jacks, for instance, where we bring our hands up in the air, jumping out with our feet, is that you step out, and you don't even have to step out quickly. You can step out nice and slowly. So stay within your comfort zone, and this is going to really, really help. You know, to face your fears and face your anxieties with the breathlessness, because you will know exactly where your comfort zone is. What you are going to find is you will actually start getting stronger. And then as the days go on, or as the weeks go on, you might find yourself going that little bit faster. And that's really good for your confidence. That's really, really going to help at all times, okay? Same with something like walking. So what you might want to do, if you know what your walking pace is, you just might want to up that up a little bit. And, you know, see yourself getting slightly out of breath, but not to the point where it's starting to create an anxiety within you. You can do what I do. I'm training for a 5K at the moment. I really dislike running, but it's always a challenge for me, and I do like a bit of a challenge. So I'm doing like 1 minute walks, quite fast walks, and 1 minute runs. And you could do that as well with your walking. You could do a nice pace for 1 minute, then you could quicken it up for a minute, or you could quicken it up for 30 seconds, whatever feels comfortable for you. So these are all the things that you need to be thinking about, is staying within your comfort zone. And the other thing is setting small achievable goals. So it's really important to have a goal, and a goal would be like I'm doing with the 5K, is that what my goal now is, I'm managing 1 minute walk, 1 minute run. And I know you guys are probably thinking, if you ever see me do videos, thinking, you can't believe that I can't run with all the stuff that I do. And it's actually not really that I can't run. It's more of a mental thing with running for me. So I'm getting over my fear and anxiety with running, because I tend to find my body gets very heavy, or I get out of breath very quickly. So I have the same kind of thing with running. So the challenge for me is to, you know, to get over that fear and anxiety of thinking, oh, I can't breathe, oh, my legs are heavy, and eventually be able to do, and it's going to take a bit of time, but eventually be able to do the complete 5 kilometers without stopping, and feeling good about it. So when I'm running, because I speak to so many people who just run and they just say it's so free and they feel good. I don't feel that. And I've always wanted to get to that stage. So I'm setting myself small achievable goals, and that's what you need to be doing. Small achievable goals just to get to that next level, okay, where you start to feel, you know, very, very comfortable. The other thing that's really good as well is keeping account of what you've done. So you can either write it down, you can use a step counter, a watch. So I have a fitness watch, but also our phones, if you know, our phones are really great, and they generally have a health app, and if you don't have a health app on it, you can get a health app for it. Generally, I mean, I don't know what phone you're using, but you know, a lot of them nowadays, you can get all that stuff for it. So what I think I'd like to say as well is that if you do, it is really important, have a look at the asthma.org.uk, because what they'll do is they have safety tips on there as well. So have a look at the safety tips before you start everything. And what I also want to say is that if you feel unwell, do not force yourself to exercise. Okay, I mean, that's a really, really important thing to say, and that goes for anybody that's not feeling well, but certainly with asthma. If you're unwell, don't force yourself. Other little tips, guys, is like, you know, if you're sitting down like I am now, you can, you know, you can't see me, so my legs are under the desk, but you could be lifting up your knees, so you're stepping while you're sitting down. Bring your arms up and down. So any movement is really, really good for the body. Just to close off on this, it's just to say that my experience comes from being a coach, from being a personal trainer, from doing research. You know, I'm not an asthma specialist. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, although that'd be quite nice, Dr. Dee Foley. But I'm not a doctor. So yeah, I'm getting my stuff from experience. All my information is coming from the people that I've worked with, and obviously, and I've mentioned this over and over again, asthma.org.uk, really fantastic resources. Any questions on this, or if you want any help, any of the exercises that we're putting out on our feed, on Instagram, on YouTube, if you think I don't understand how to make this easier for myself, or, you know, how could I change this a little bit, or, you know, I need a little bit of help with how to plan a training program or stuff like that, you know, please drop us a message, and, you know, we'll do the work on that for you and help you out. And it's really great if we could also get your feedback, so we know that, you know, how you're doing. And it's always great to have some success stories. So, you know, I started off doing your class and I went really slowly, and actually I only did 10 minutes of it because that's all I felt I could do at the time. But, you know, the next time you do it, you've done like 15 minutes. Because it's great for us to see that you know, that you're achieving your goals, that you're getting fitter, that we're able to, you know, to help you out in some way. So guys, you know, please follow us on the Bridge YouTube, the Bridge Instagram, which obviously you'll be looking at this on, but, you know, hit that button and follow us. And as I said, you know, drop us a message at any time. But, you know, have fun. You know, find some enjoyment in it. There's so many things that you can do to move your body. You know, it's not just about doing fitness classes, it's about getting outside. We're going to be doing loads and loads of videos. I'm showing you different ways of training. I mean, I'll be out. I love training outside, so I'll be doing quite a lot of stuff outside. I'm going to film some of my stuff walking, doing some roller skating, things like that. So there's so many things that we can do that's going to get us healthy, build up our lung strength, which is really, really important. And top is the confidence, is building up your confidence. So guys, good luck, and we're looking forward to hearing from you.